What is going on, everybody? We are back with part 2 of this reaction video, 9/11 Operation Yellow Ribbon. Thank you so much for joining me today. The love and support truly means a lot. And to all my new viewers, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. I hope you all enjoyed this video because, oh boy, I was enjoying it. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, please tune into part 1 before we go ahead and watch this video. Well, before you at least go ahead and watch this part 2. Before we jump right into this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and turn all post notifications on. Feel free to share this channel and this video to your friends and family members. Whoever you feel may be interested in joining me for these reactions. Or should I say joining us for these reactions. Yeah. Feel free to spam my comment section and use that suggestion link down below in my description if you would like to recommend some of these amazing videos for me, myself, to react to. Here we go. I'm not wasting no more time. We are picking up where we left off from the last video. Oh, let me go ahead and give y'all a refresh. So basically, all the planes that was supposed to be landing in the United States ended up getting rerouted to a small town in Canada. And shout out to them. They landed all the planes safely. Should I say all the people in the control towers, they did an amazing job. And they got everybody down safely. And the planes were parked wingtips to wingtips. And shout out to those pilots too, because that takes a lot of skill. Ooh. My goodness, that takes a lot of skill. But yeah, shout out to Canada for, allowing us to do that. But I want to see how some of these people ended up staying, because a lot of people was in Canada. Some went back to Europe because they couldn't make it to Canada. And, Europe ended up being closer, so they went back home. And the rest of the people that were supposed to go to the United States of America ended up in Canada. And some people actually stayed in this small town. Very interesting. Like, what was that like? How do you just start from scratch, Here we go.
Canada is basically becoming a gigantic runway for every plane and aircraft that was destined for the United States today.
In Gander, no one is allowed off the planes until customs and security are in place. Run by airport officials and officers from the regional headquarters of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the Mounties. They must process each passenger, plane by plane, until authorities are certain there are no terrorists on board.
Oh. Now y'all want to make sure. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was too easy. Like, it was just way too easy. And I've seen the surveillance footage of the terrorists that went on the plane for 9/11. I seen them all. It was like 3-4 of them. They was dressed in tuxedos and all that and had luggages in their hand and briefcases, and they look like regular business people. I didn't see no guards around, really. They walked through a little beep, 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 beep machine. They just walked through it and just go ahead. Wasn't nobody checking them. There wasn't no x-ray machines. Obviously, there wasn't no pat-downs. I'm like, come on. If we would have just had better security, this wouldn't have happened. This wouldn't have happened. And it took 9/11 for us to make a change at our airports. Are you kidding me? Are you
Among
kidding
the
me,
trapped
bro?
passengers is New York State police officer George Vitale, who is returning from Ireland, where he was doing advanced security for New York Governor George Pataki.
We were on this plane for 19 hours, sat on the tarmac, not really knowing what was going on outside, but knowing that it was pretty horrific.
The number of casualties will be more than any of us can bear, ultimately. And I don't think we want to speculate on the number of casualties. The effort now has to be to save as many people as possible.
That's right.
There is another New York couple on the Gander tarmac whose connection to the events back home couldn't be more personal.
I just wanted to get off the plane and see what was happening, because I was hoping my son wasn't working that day.
Dennis.
I think everybody was working that day. It don't matter if you were off. I'm pretty sure you got called in. As a first responder, yeah, you got called in to work. And if not, as a first responder, I mean, you should want to help. He'd be like, nah, I got to go to work. This is crazy. Yeah.
And Hannah O'Rourke
It's
have
bigger
been
than just
visiting
an off
relatives
day.
in
It's
Ireland.
like, whoa.
When they learn what has happened, they fear for their 44-year-old son, Kevin O'Rourke, a firefighter from Rescue 2 in Brooklyn.
Yes, it goes back many years to when I was a kid. The apartment building I lived in, over the years I was there, it ended up having 3 different fires. So I was carried out as a child by a firefighter. So I have fond memory, I have memories to go back to, all of a sudden, in the smoke, this big guy comes up, grabs me, and carries me down the stairs.
When he was going for his fire test, and he said, "Mom, you pray for me." And I said, "Yeah, Kevin, yeah." He said, "Pray for me to pass." I said, "Yeah, Kevin." So he missed it by, 1 or 2 points, and he came home that night and he looked at me. He says, "You didn't pray for me. I didn't pass." I says, "No, Kevin, I prayed for you, you'd fail." So he says, "Mom, that's all I want. That's my calling, is to be a fireman."
That's all he wanted to be. Go be it.
While the desperate rescue operation continues in New York, Gander begins the process of absorbing all those passengers. So many that in a matter of hours, they will nearly double the local population.
Now, Gander is a town of barely 10,000 people.
Right.
There was over 6,000 of us. Now, if you extrapolate the numbers, New York City is 8 million people, so what's that? 6 million people showing up on your door saying, "Okay, we're here. Do something."
The painstaking process of registering and removing each passenger continues through the night.
Finally, we're free. We're free. We're on the ground after more than 24 hours. We have no idea where we're going, but we're going.
It is not until noon on Wednesday, September 12th, when the last passengers are finally allowed into the Gander terminal. They are exhausted and confused, most not knowing where in the world they have landed.
We're going to bus you into Gander, which is just a few minutes away. We're not sure when the FAA is going to open up the United States to travel again. The Department of Transportation in Canada has all air traffic in Canada shut down right now. When you see the footage of what has happened, you'll appreciate why things have been done the way they are.
The only vehicles available to transport the great volume of passengers from the airport are school buses, and the local bus drivers happen to be on strike.
We were told at the time we got a crisis on our hands, and the strike never came into effect whatsoever. All the bus drivers came back, every one.
Nice.
And we all came back, and we did our job.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
They laid down their picket signs, they went and took their buses and they drove it, and for the next 4 or 5 days just helped out wherever they could. And that's what we're made of. That's the type of people we are. Even though those bus drivers had a dispute with their employer, they had no dispute with the people that landed.
Exactly. Thank you. That's the maturity.
If there's anything you need, anything at all, I mean anything, just ask, and you will be taken care of.
Where was these people sleeping though? Shelters or something? Did I not catch that? I mean, some people got money. Some of these people had money in the bank too, I'm assuming. They was probably like, all right, let's get a place out here. How does that work though? Because you gotta sell your home and you gotta sell your belongings and give everything up in the U.S. Yeah, I don't know how they went about that, but
Bottom line, okay? Make it as comfortable as possible.
As passengers arrive in town, the locals rush to meet them with home-cooked meals. Among them is lifelong Gander resident Beulah Cooper, an organizer at the Canadian Legion Hall.
7 o'clock that night, I got a phone call from the Legion and asked me to do a tray of sandwiches. They have them down there by 8 o'clock. I didn't know what was going on. Brought down a tray of sandwiches and I found out about the planes. Your heart went out to each and every one of them. Because the first thing you do is put yourself in their shoes and know how you would feel.
Currently there are thousands of people in Gander and surrounding area that need your help. Please come to their assistance, lend a hand, lend a meal, offer your services wherever possible.
Passengers are not allowed to remove their check bags from the plane.
The first thing I would do. You
so
hungry,
the clothes
man?
on their backs and in their carry-ons may be all they'll have for days. Ganderites respond, donating clothing and opening their shops free of charge.
Show your boxes to the camera.
Hundreds of passengers are also without their prescriptions until owners of the 2 local pharmacies working day and night and across language barriers can fill them all again at no cost.
They were able to go into the stores and just take items off the shelves. I'm not even sure they had to pay for them. The people were so accommodating in Gander.
This is our cook. There's chef. Oh, you chef.
Even with all the kitchens firing around town, the local citizens cannot possibly feed 7,000 people. The Red Cross and Salvation Army send additional food and supplies, fueled by donations from throughout Newfoundland.
I can't thank everybody enough. It's been brilliant. Everyone seems to have pulled together, you know. It's amazing where all the stuff has come from.
The community center is also acts as a ice rink, and we've stored all the food on the ice surface, and we became known as the largest walk-in refrigerator in the country.
Nice, nice.
Another problem. Gander has only 500 hotel beds for almost 7,000 unexpected guests. Local schools, churches, and Legion halls must be converted into makeshift dormitories filled with sleeping bags, blankets, and cots. It is only as the passengers are settled around Gander that they see for the first time
some 30 hours after all of this had happened, we finally saw the pictures on television, and we just stood there, you know, not saying a word and just watching those pictures over and over.
You could see that look in their faces of total lost. We don't know what's happening. They're in a place called Gander. Their country has been attacked. They're talking thousands of people that may have perished. What's happening? What is happening here?
I apologize to the families of people that are lost right now. We have lots of families seeking information about who was in the World Trade Center. Did they get out? Didn't they get out? Are we able to recover them? Aren't we able to recover them? And we don't know the answers to all of those questions yet.
Oh man, imagine they tell you they don't know if they can find your family member, your loved one, your friend.
Hannah and Dennis O'Rourke are staying at the Canadian Legion Hall in Gander. By now, they've learned that their son Kevin had been one of the early responders at the World Trade Center and that he is among the missing.
I seen on the TV what happened to the Twin Towers. And I didn't want to alarm them, but I knew that when they collapsed, I figured nobody would get out of that thing. But we prayed. I came here and prayed, hoped he went so high.
It is reality, you know, as far as in the city of New York, that you are going to lose some of your fellow brothers, you know, battling the Red Devil. Just luck of the draw, I guess.
That's sad, man. That's
sad,
man.
Some are called for nurses, doctors, priests. My calling is to help people. And that's my calling to be a fireman, helping other people and saving people's lives.
This is an effort involving...
Like, just wanting to do something so heroic like that, knowing the outcome, knowing the possibilities of the job, you know, may include death, and still go out there and want to do it and pursue that passion. Man, I give my hearts out to those people. You know, a lot of people claim to be tough, big and bad, but how tough are you really? How tough are you really? Some people don't know what tough is, what half of tough is.
Some very anxious people, some very worried people, but yet some very thankful people for the hospitality that only the people of Gander and surrounding area can show.
These strangers are just taking us into their home. And it was not just taking us into their home. It was, here's the bathroom, here's fresh towels, here's the refrigerator, there's plenty of food. And then what they said is, now you know where the house is. The door is open.
I got to tell you, this experience with your town has just been beyond belief. We were buying some clothes earlier for the extra day stay, and the shopping clerk actually invited us to her house to take a shower. So it's been like that ever since we've been here.
And the people are real nice, you know. I can't believe it, you know.
Everybody put their arms around you, and it's always food coming in all the time.
Food
There's
coming
not
in
one
all the time. I
person
like
that
to
we've
hear
come
that.
across who hasn't offered to help us in some way. It's overwhelming.
They didn't think of themselves at all at any time. They'd be in that kitchen and working all day and work the night. It didn't faze them, so they were there for you.
Other than her daily walk to church, Hannah O'Rourke refuses to leave the Legion Hall. Beulah Cooper, the Legion Hall organizer, can't help but notice her pain.
My son is a fireman, but I know this is not New York. And your heart really went out to them. And I tried to get them to come up here and stay, but they wouldn't leave the Legion because they were afraid they'd miss a phone call.
She was fantastic to us, and so was everybody else, but Beulah was special. She was like a mother. That motherly love, she'd hold you, you know. She was great.
Yeah.
I talked to her, tried to take her mind off things, but I know I didn't do that because you can't take a mother's mind off her child.
Beulah Cooper tends...
Man, yeah, I think we all know that. I'm an adult. I am almost 22. I will be 22 August 29th. My mama still be blowing up my phone, text me, where you at? Where you at? Are you safe? You ain't called me in a while. This or that. I ain't hear from you this week. It's been 2 days. What you mean you ain't hear from me? You gotta call your mama. You watching this video? Call your loved ones. Call your loved ones. Because you never know.
to the O'Rourke's day and night. She walks Hannah to church to pray for Kevin and for his fellow firefighters.
The community, the love that they have, you can feel it every place around, you know. They keep telling you, keep your faith, he'll be fine, you'll find him, he'll find his way out. I says, if anybody can, Kevin will, you know. So, it was in God's hands.
And that's all you can do, man. And that's the best thing you can do is have faith. Have faith. Especially when you're so far away and you're blinded about the situation and you're like, what is going on? Call me. I don't even want to go into that. I'll lose my mind. Because I'll be 100 with you. I don't love a lot of people in this world. My circle is very small. And I don't have a lot of family close to me. So the family that is close to me, man, we like this. You know, the loved ones close to me, we like this. So if I don't get a phone call back and I see what's going on and I know you're in New York City, I'm losing my mind. I think I'd actually drive there. Like, if I wasn't still living there and I was in this situation, I think I would have actually drove to New York. No questions asked. Ain't nobody holding me back. Oh, cool. I can't take a plane. All right, watch this. It was only 2 hours away from Jersey. I'm in Jersey right now. Cool. 2-hour drive. 2-hour drive. I'll be there in an hour. If you guys enjoyed this part 2, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and turn all post notifications on. Thank you so much for joining me today. The support truly means a lot. And to all my new viewers, I hope you enjoyed this amazing video. I really hope you did, because I know I did. Feel free to share this video and this channel to your friends and family members, whoever you feel may be interested in joining us for these reactions. And please feel free to spam my comment section and use that suggestion link down below in my description if you would like to recommend some of these phenomenal videos for me myself to react to. We are not done yet, though. We are not done yet. It looks like we got a solid 25 minutes, maybe a solid 30 minutes for part 3. And I am definitely looking forward to it, man. We gonna finish this series off strong. I'm calling it a series because I done broke these videos up into 3, man. I didn't want to give y'all an hour-long video. Better yet, 2 hours, because knowing me, I'll be running my mouth. Please feel free to turn all post notifications on so you guys don't miss another one of these reaction videos, especially if you guys would like to keep up with part 1, part 2, and part 3. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe and stay tuned.